going to be differentiated between MTV viewers and for viewers in Booth Select?
That's a good question. We will have, firstly, all the MTV, all the Roadies content will be on Booth fully. But we will have some interesting snippets that you will see, which is over and above what we've already put on television.
Hi. Sonu Sood, this side, Vishakha, left side, what's this side?
Alright, hi Vishakha.
Yes, Vishakha from Telechakkar. Just a quick thing that Roadies में पहली बार host कर रहे हैं. I'm sure you have your sets of expectations कि fans कैसा लेने वाले हैं. But अगर आप किसी Bollywood कलाकारों को Roadies में अगर ला सकते, if you would have given a chance, तो कौन से 3 ऐसे वो होते हैं जिनको आप Roadies का हिस्सा बनते हुए देखना चाहेंगे?
I would say Shah Rukh, Akshay, and Salman.
Thank you.
Perfect Trimurti. Right at the top. Super. वो सोने नहीं देंगे. Roadies.
Next question, please. Yes, sir, on the left. Sonu sir, left. Yes. Can we have the mic here, please? Yes.
Hi.
My name is Pooja Saman. I really appreciate and congratulate for doing this show. We are keeping seeing films and all social commitment work. But what is the 2 main reasons that you have been associated with this show? And my second question is this. What is the biggest stunt that you have done in your real life that you really faced it out and came out of that?
Thank you so much for the question, Pooja. I would say I've always been a fan of Roadies. You know, I've grown up in our college days. We used to see that. And today, when I'm a part of this brilliant show, there's a huge amount of responsibility on my shoulders that I have to live up. But I must admit, the contestants, the whole format of the show, the kind of scale that we got to shoot the show, all that, thanks to Anshul and to the whole team, it's phenomenal. It's a journey not only for the Roadies, but for the host and every single individual who was there on the set. And I'm sure the way we enjoyed shooting it, people are going to enjoy more watching that. So really looking forward to that. And your second question is the biggest stunt, if I would say, in real life that I did was, I don't know, been doing a lot of stunts for past 2 years when the whole COVID thing started. But like I said, in whatever I was doing, so there was no lights, no camera, only action, and somewhere Almighty was the director who was directing the whole thing, and I'm glad that I was a chosen one to do my bit. There are still miles to go, but the journey is on, and I promise you that I'll try to live up to the expectations that people have. Thank you.
For the rest of the stunts, you can follow Sonu sir on Instagram. उसमें ही जो आप लोग देख लेते हो ना, it's unbelievable in that.
Yeah, Sonu, I'm Vandana from India. I wanted to know that in this show, there are lots of stunts. But if you also felt it was quite challenging for you also for the country. So what was that? Which stunt was there which was challenging for you also? Like you are a stunt master, and like so which you thought was the most challenging stunt?
Every day was a new experience, Vandana, but I would say that one of the most challenging one was the bungee jumping. It was on the highest bridge in the world. It was 216 meters, and there was no end to the ground when we actually stand there and doing the bungee jump. When we jumped from that bridge, so that was a life-changing experience. And I would say when people will watch that, they will get inclined towards going back to South Africa and try that stunt that we did. But yeah, it was phenomenal. Thank you.
That's almost 750 feet. That's crazy. और bungee jump में सर पहली बार कूदते तो ठीक है, जब recoil आता है तो बड़ा मेरा हाथ जल गया था एक बार. I tried to hold the rope also. That recoil is the real tough one. All right, next. We take a couple of questions more. Yes, please.
Hi, this is Nehal from Adgally. My question is for you, Anshul sir. What was the main reason for taking Roadies to South Africa?
Right, it's a good question, honestly. See, a lot of our research showed that for a lot of the scale that we wanted in the show, South Africa was the right sort of destination, right, in terms of the stunts, etc. And the team was very passionate कि हम बनाएंगे जिसको यहाँ पर बनाएंगे. And of course, we had Sonuji's blessings as well. So that led to South Africa.
Right, we'll take one more question. Yeah.
Sarah here from Next Press. Of course, as you rightly mentioned, while growing up, everyone has a dream कि मैं रोडी बनना चाहता हूँ, but मैं रोडी का host बनना चाहता हूँ. I'm sure that was not the plan. while you are a worldwide hero now, you are stepping into big shoes of Ranvijay. What was the kind of pressure that you were facing when you took the show up, and how has been your experience?
The magical thing about Roadies is that you have to be real, what you are. In fact, all for all the contestants also. See, when I reached the sets on the very first day, I remember it was almost 2 a.m. In the midnight, and the way I connected, I said, I have to be their friend, I have to be a roadie myself, and I have to just experience what they are experiencing, during the whole event. And believe in me, the whole 45 days that we had spent in South Africa, every single day was a learning experience, and we lived our lives the way we always wanted during our college days. And I think that it was one of the most special experiences of my life. Also in the last 18-20 years, we have done so many movies, we have traveled across the globe, we have done best of stunts, but this was the most special one.
No pressure.
No pressure at all, it was not.
And I'm sure, of course, at the start of the launch you spoke about how you had this karmic connection with Sonu. But what was about Sonu? Was the image that he has among the youth today? Or did you want the audience's perception to change towards Roadies? And also I want you to tell us what different did we get to see in Roadies this year?
Right, so for what's different, I'll take your last question first. Everything is. But the DNA of the show is the same. So it's adventure, it's journey, but everything else is different. And you should watch the show and you'll realize what I'm saying. As far as Sonu is concerned, I said this in the beginning as well. See, there is no better than him, than a real world roadie to inspire a next generation of roadies. All of us, right, look up to him for what he's achieved. He's a first generation creative, superstar in this country. Outside of that, in his other avatar, what he's done is something that inspires us and the entire generation. And so it was obviously a very, honestly it was more natural than anything else. There was no other sort of, it wasn't even a thought track, And I must say one thing, that I said this in the beginning, I'm repeating myself, but when something's set to happen, like-minded people get onto the journey and we move forward, and this is exactly that.
I would like to just add to what Anshubai was saying. We were shooting in a place called Congo Caves in South Africa, and the caterers, the local caterers who were doing food, his name was Yogesh. I remember कि Yogesh came to me and said कि भाई मैं आपसे एक चीज़ कहना चाहता हूँ, जो ये आपका सारा खाना बना रहा है, वो बंदा उत्तराखंड से है और उसके भाई को और उसकी फैमिली को आपने बचाया था लॉकडाउन में और घर भेजा था और वो स्पेशली आप लोगों के लिए खाना स्पेशल बनाता है. And he wanted
big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Can never thank him enough for what he's done.
And he wanted to come on the set. और जब मैं उससे मिला तो he had tears in his eyes कि भाई हम लोग यहाँ थे और आपने मेरे भाई को बचाया था. मैं रोज़ जब खाना बनाता हूँ, मैंने बड़े शोज़ यहाँ पर किए हैं, बहुत खाना बनाया, तो जब मैं आप लोगों का खाना बनाता हूँ मैं कुछ अलग इमोशन के साथ बनाता हूँ. I think that was very special that we experienced there.
Wonderful, thank you guys. Just before I call all the contestants on stage, मैं एक आखिरी सवाल आपसे करूँगा. सर, आपको गुस्सा आया था कि 40 दिनों में कभी भी?
वो आप कंटेस्टेंट से पूछ रहे हैं जब अभी आएंगे वो लोग. So they'll answer better.
कभी देखा नहीं इनको क्रोधित होते हुए. But can I have all the contestants on stage for one last big photo op? Can I have everyone on stage, all the contestants, and can we have somebody remove these chairs, please, so that we can have a lovely photo op? And all the contestants. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I normally say cast, but yeah. Well, that's pretty much the cast, the crew, the brains behind it, the host, that's everything. A big photograph for everyone. Infinix smartphones, MTV Roadies, Journey in South Africa, co-powered by CoinSwitch, Party Sanitary Pads, Leverage Edu, and Lakme Sun Expert. Abhi, Alright, hip hip! That's a very weak hooray. Hip hip! Into the camera, hip hip! Alright, don't forget, tomorrow it starts, Friday to Sunday, you can watch it every day. Thank you guys for joining us on stage. Thank you so much, press, for being so...